Okay, looks like Twitch is working, finally. Let's see if the chat works. Fantastic. Is YouTube working? Yep. Okay, awesome. So this one shows both. The text on my screen is impossible to read. The chat text down the bottom, so I will change that. Man, that was a mission. Okay, we can close these ones. Multi-chat seems to work fine. Although, yeah, there we go. Okay. Almost done. Just going to change the color of this text here. So that's weird because I set it to white, right? White text with a black stroke. Oh, that's why. Yeah, maybe something like that is better. Alright, let's see. I'm not seeing it. I think the chat from YouTube doesn't come up. Is that the case? Yeah, that's not great. Pretty sure both of them are supposed to come up. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to just have Twitch chat on the screen for right now because that was already a long time to set all this stuff up. And I'm getting tired. So, what we're gonna work on today. Hello, Tesla Stella, how are you? We're gonna set up SDL3. You see the test? That's good. Unfortunately, the YouTube chat isn't working, and I was just messing with this for like 45 minutes, so I don't really feel like trying to get it to work right now. So, SDL3 has been released, which is pretty cool. And the people at Odin, Ginger Bill and Leighton, I think it was, have been writing the bindings, which is awesome. And I thought I'd give it a go. Good night, Narade K. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Tesla Stella. A bit tired. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So the SDL3 is actually kind of like, from what I can tell so far, it's sort of like a... Why am I wearing these headphones? Sort of like a Vulkan Lite. Which is cool. So let me actually get up the documentation here. Close all this other stuff. Yeah, on this stream we're going to set up SDL3. which is pretty new. I think it came out a few weeks ago. And we're going to set up the GPU API, which is sort of the more advanced version. So you can do stuff like with Vulkan, setting up compute shaders and pipelines and render passes. So I'm looking for, where is it? The GPU, here we go, this one. So the documentation is really good. How's the microphone? Is it too loud, too soft? I had to reset all my settings to make streaming work. It's alright, okay. Let me know if it is too... I can see it going off sometimes. Anyway. So, it's sort of like... Oh yeah, you say it's less clunky, haven't got to the advanced stuff, but for basics it's pretty well polished. Okay. That's cool. Well, I was just writing... Before I was doing this, I was actually writing... I think I deleted the file now. But if we do a diff, you can see I have a Vulkan renderer that I was writing here, which is really long, and I was about to write a wrapper for it. And then I thought, you know what? The wrapper that I'm going to write for this is probably going to be very similar to this wrapper that they've written already, and is apparently quite good. So maybe I should just try SDL3. And luckily, if we go to the Odin GitHub, there is a branch that is currently in development, SDL3, and it's been worked on as recently as 9 hours ago, but it's got a lot of the stuff in there already, or 6 hours ago even. So I had a look at the bindings here, and most of the stuff that I want, I think, is already in here. How complex is Vulkan really? Well, it kind of depends on your knowledge of graphics pipelines. So before, a few months ago, I'd only ever used OpenGL, and I would basically just make, you know, a vertex shader and a fragment shader, and then that was the extent of my understanding, really. And then I wanted to get into compute stuff, so I had to learn about compute shaders, and they're pretty easy in OpenGL as well. But I guess there's a lot of concepts that you're kind of shielded from if you use something like OpenGL, or something like Raylib, or even, I think maybe DirectX 11 is a little bit more advanced than OpenGL, I would say. Like the idea of a fence never came up, even though it's in OpenGL, just because the way I was using it. Semaphores, no idea. Pipelines, I mean, I read about the pipeline, but in Vulkan you have to make your own pipelines. Yeah, so as we can see, Bill has been very hard at work. Bless him. And a lot of this stuff is already written. So these are bindings for Odin, so we can use SDL directly in Odin without having to write the bindings. I'd like to thank... Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I have promised that I'm going to finish it because it's really close to being finished. The reason that I haven't finished it is because I couldn't make any money from it and I ran out of money. So I had to do other things. But I will get back to it once my financial situation is a bit better, but it's getting much better recently. I mean, that's one of the reasons. There was some other stuff going on, but yeah. Yeah, there's still some things to do there, like we've got to add some screen shake. We've got to add a circle shader to the rocket launcher. I think finish off the weapons. I still have the plan in my head. But yeah, I will definitely finish that. I think it'll be good to do. And then maybe I'll remake it in SDL3. That would be kind of fun, right? Same project, but new framework, I guess, or library. Series kind of don't do well on YouTube though, so I don't know if you looked at the views, but it's sort of like first video is like 100,000, then the second video is like 50,000, and then the third video is like 10,000, and then the last video is like 2,000 or something. So doing series is kind of bad if you want to grow your channel, but at the same time, that first video is my most viewed video. So if you're gonna do a series, you could just do like a 3-part series maybe, and just make it really short. Hey Alex, how you doing? Alright, so I wrote a little bit of this code this morning before I went to the gym, and then decided I would come on here. So let's have a look. I got a few types here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of these yet. It's just kind of spitballing, but basically I got a setup here. So we create a device with SDL3, claim the window, which we actually pass into this function from, is it from client? No, it's from main, I think. So we create the window here, set up some render options. I was just about to write a renderer wrapper, so I kind of just kept this. I don't know if we even need this right now. Maybe, yeah, I think I'll still wrap it in case I change it to something else later. I think it's good to wrap your dependencies. Well, maybe not always, but if there's a chance you might change them or add new ones or something. But it is also a little bit of extra work, which I could also see an argument against, so I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna initialize a renderer here, which I'm just gonna say there's no instance of a renderer. It's just when you initialize this renderer, this package just manages the state itself, so it's sort of opaque to the rest of the engine. I don't think we need to worry about that. And then we just provide some functions like buffer create, buffer destroy, pipeline create, etc., etc. And then we can use those. So right now, I think this runs. I haven't, let me open Remedy, not that one. We'll open this. There we go. Okay. Program halted. Well, that's good. Oops, I didn't mean to open that. Yeah, thank you. All right. I need to put this up here. There we go. Program halted. Okay, can I build it? No. Okay, so this isn't building. That makes sense then. Let's have a look. Missing return statement. Oh, okay. That's easy, I guess. Oh, I was in the middle of writing this before I left. Okay, so basically, we're going to create a shader. There is no compute shader stage, so I'm going to delete that. Apparently, that's not a thing. I'm going to have to figure out how you create a compute shader in a little bit, but it's something to do with... Let's just create GPU shader. Helix. I like Helix, the editor. Yeah, it's good. I don't really have any issues with it except the language server if there's a problem with it, it seems to hang the whole program, which means I guess it's on the main thread, which is a little bit annoying. Which might not be a problem if you're using a really, let's say, mature toolchain, but I'm using Odin and it's still in development. It's pretty stable, but sometimes the language server and the language are not in sync, and so you get a bunch of errors, and then it hangs the language server, and then the whole thing freezes. It's pretty annoying, but it's got basically everything that I want. So this feature, you press GW, you go to a word, and it highlights the start of each word with these letter combinations, and then you can just go there. That's really handy. Vim-like controls are fine, I guess. I like multiple cursors, so you can do stuff. It's really good when you have data, especially when you're editing, you know, JSON or something, or just parts of the code that have really similar lines. Like if you're repeating a line, maybe doing some configuration or something, it's really useful for that. I don't really use many other features, to be honest. I know I could, like there's some really cool stuff around, if I look at bookmarks, I think they're called, no, jump list. Yeah, you can save selections. Yeah, NeoVim, yeah, I thought they already announced they were going to implement multiple cursors, but I didn't really look into it. I heard that like 2 years ago, so I expected it would have been done by now, but you're saying it's been in debate for years. I guess they gotta get the implementation right, huh? So I'm just gonna return, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so this stuff built. I kind of want to run up to this point and see what happens. Can we do that? Apparently not. What is going on here? Do I use the GW? It jumps to a word in the buffer. Yeah, I just showed that just a second ago. It's really good. I like it a lot. Oh, the SDL3.dll was not found. That makes sense. Okay, so I need to find that. Do I have it somewhere? Yes. Ah, Steam is using it already. Did you guys know that? I guess I'll just put it here for now. Okay, so I got a window, which is good. It doesn't have any event handling or input handling, so I can't actually close it. But that's fine. Steam as in the client? Yeah, as in the, you know, Steam, the application where all the games are. They used to use SDL2, but it looks like they're using SDL3 now already. Which I guess makes sense. I think they develop it, don't they? Isn't it made by Valve? For some reason in my head it's associated with them. I don't know if that's true. Okay, so that's good. We need to have... Oh yeah, I was gonna have a look at this. Okay, gonna load the API. That's fine. Ah, crap. I was supposed to go into here. Okay, I just want to see if this works. Oh, I guess it does because there's an assert there. So we got to shade it back. Oh, it's not created by them, but it's heavily used by them and the source engine. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Do I know any Odin ECS libraries? No, but if it's just one library that's stopping you from switching languages, you can write bindings pretty easily. So if you want to use flex in Odin, you can do that. Sorry, excuse me. Like writing bindings is actually really easy. It's a little bit annoying, but if you look at something like this, basically you just define the types, the enums, and then the procedures with the same function signature, and then you just link to the library, which you can do in code now. I saw it in here somewhere. Here. So you can just add the library in here. But you might want to look up if someone's already ported it, because a lot of people write wrappers, bindings. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. It's a bit harder if you're porting a C++ API, unless they've already got a C API for the C++ library. I think. Maybe it would be fine, actually. I don't know, because it's name mangling, right? I don't know. I haven't tried it. I've only ported C libraries. Okay. What are we doing? So we want to get something happening. Well, I need an event loop. Basically, I was just going through this, and it was like a basic workflow might be something like this. Create a device. Claim the window for the device. Okay, I'll do that. Create a shader. Okay, I'll do that. Upload to the GPU buffer. Okay, well, I don't need to do that, but not right now. And upload some textures. I don't need to do that right now. Create a render pipeline. So this one is going to be a bit confusing, I think. It's going to be similar to Vulkan, I guess. Describing the state of the graphics pipeline to create. So, actually, that's not confusing at all. Yeah, that's actually pretty simple. Cool. Am I working on any games? Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm working on this game right now. Is it here? Can I run it? This is some terrain generation. There's also some networking stuff that I did to make it multiplayer, but that's not in this version. And then yeah, it's going to be a while before I get more stuff on the screen. So basically, I need to make the renderer work, because that renderer was, I think that one was Raylib. I've tried Raylib, OpenGL, DirectX 11, and none of them really felt like they fit the project. I know that seems a bit strange, but yeah. But other than that, I'm working on just the Metroidvania game for the course, which you may or may not know about, but I can show you that actually. Let me see. It's got sound, but I'm just not adding sound to OBS because that would be really annoying. This is not the right project. This one. So it's got save system. We just made a particle system, which is what you can see right now. It's going crazy. Level transitions. There's actually more features, but we went back to a sort of simpler version. So this is the level editor. And the reason that we went back is because we wanted to add this editor and some other features, and it was just easier to add it into a simpler world. But there's other things like spikes, although there's no sprites for spikes right now. I need to add them. There's a boss that we made, but I don't have it, and I don't have the entity spawning thing in the editor yet. So that's a bit annoying, but this editor is also real-time, so you can draw tiles and stuff, which is cool. So you can kind of test the level as you're playing. So if you're doing a jump and you're thinking, oh, I want this to be a bit harder or easier or something, you can play around with different configurations without having to relaunch the game or anything. But yeah, that's it. That's what I'm working on mostly. So this, and also teaching how to make this. Plans for a commercial project? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be this game right here that we're doing SDL3 in. But you can expect a launch around 2035. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we need to make a pipeline. Before we do that though, I'm gonna just go to a more simple example, because we might want to set up an event loop first. 2035 is the same year as Jai comes out. Maybe. And I hope it's good when it comes out. I've just been avoiding it. Well, I mean, I haven't been avoiding it. I didn't even apply to the beta, so it's not like I was invited or anything, but I just decided that I was going to wait for it to come out, because I want to get a better idea. I mean, I want to judge it when it's finished, or when John thinks it's finished, instead of sort of tainting my view of it with this earlier version. Earlier, but I think it's been 9 years now. So we want input handling. There we go. Event handling. Oh, I think that was actually a really simple example, right? No. Oh, there's a repo. Okay, let's have a look. Basic. Okay, right. Sure, window resize, that'll do. Okay, so the setting up. This is what it's going to look like if you program SDL3. Create a shader, vertex shader, fragment shader, create a pipeline, and that's it. That's really great, actually. I like that a lot. Okay, so what is this? If context right pressed. Okay, so where is he updating the input? Oh yeah, when you draw, you're going to use command buffers. That's fine. Going to get a swap chain texture. So that's like, you know, when you have double or triple buffering set up on a game, and it gives you that smoother look. It's so you can actually render to multiple of these swap chain textures to have them all ready for the person to get swapped out. Did I miss the input code? I feel like I missed it. So there's a draw, the update, there it is, update. What is this context? Okay. Oh, do they have like a custom type somewhere? Called context? Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. I guess they didn't want to rewrite the input code over and over again. That makes sense. Fair enough. Where is it? Okay. Matrix math. Where's the right pressed? Where does that get updated? Apparently it doesn't get updated in here. Show more. Here we go. It's in main. Alright, there we go. So it's pretty similar. It looks like. We've got an SDL event, and we use SDL poll event. Well, that's exactly the same. Well, that's nice. So I guess it would just pretty much work from an SDL2 to SDL3 port, which would be nice. So I've got a update here. Where is it? I already had this here, so let's see. Okay, polling the events, and then what's at the end of the frame? Right. Nothing. Maybe that's enough. Let's see. Okay, that's not an event apparently. Key down. Okay, there's a few changes I need to make. Whoops. So there are event types, right? We've got event type. Interesting. Key down. Key underscore down. Gotcha. Okay. Event key. Keyboard event. I think I want this one. Event.key. No, just event.key. Oh, event.key.key. Is that right? Yeah. Key code. And the key codes are K underscore escape. Alright. Okay, hopefully that works. Invalid. What was this? Oh, it's not an enum. It's just a U32. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah. That's fine. Okay, we can move the window. We can close the window. Can we? Hey, did I click that? Okay, we can't close the window because we're not handling the close window event. But if we press escape, it works. Yeah, okay. So, quit, I guess, would also be that event, right? Whoops. Okay, cool. I've got a proper window, got an event loop, that's great. Now, I want to draw something on the screen, I guess. It's always what we want to do. Yeah, I'll just set up some initial default shaders. What do we do with these? Oh, we create a pipeline. Create, not a compute pipeline, but a graphics pipeline. Device. Yeah, this is very familiar. It's very Vulkan-like, but it's much less typing, which is great. Oh. Is that not what it's called? Pipeline, create info. There we go. Nope, that one. Vertex shader. I'm just going to rename this. Okay. It's going to bother me now that they're different. There we go. Okay. So we create a vertex shader, we can create a fragment shader. I'll just copy this basically. We don't actually need these values because it'll be 0 by default, but I wanted to leave them there because I wanted to look up what they actually are for. So, and how they work. But actually, yeah, I'll just leave them there, it's fine. Something I don't know how to do is if you select something like this. See, I've selected fragment. We've got 3 selections, but they're different cases. What I want to be able to do is replace with the same case that it was already under. I mean, that it was already using, if that makes sense. Okay, that looks fine. Hopefully. Okay, vertex input state. What is this? I'm guessing it would be like attributes. So if we go to, I think this is the shader. So there are no attributes right now. It's just going to draw a triangle. Pretty sure it's this one. Let's have a look. Vertex input state. Vertex buffer descriptions, yeah. Vertex buffer descriptions in the above array. Okay, whoops. Thank you. Alright, so number of vertex attribute descriptions. Yeah, so we got vertex attribute descriptions, vertex buffer descriptions. Okay. Slot and pitch. This is the same as stride, I believe. Right, so we don't need this right now, I think, because we're just doing a hard-coded triangle. So I'll come back to that a bit later. Primitive type? I guess triangle list, yeah. Rasterizer state. Do we need to create a rasterizer as well? We don't need textures right now. I don't know. Hang on, let's have a look. Shader resource bindings must be authored to follow a particular order depending on the shader format. Right, so we're using Spear V. So sample textures, followed by storage textures, followed by storage buffers, and then uniform buffers. Okay. We don't need to worry about that right now, but that's handy. So I need to know about this. Okay, so we do need to make one of these. But this is just a struct. Alright. So we just need to fill out the information, I think. So fill mode is going to be fill. Cull mode is going to... I'll put it on none for now, in case it gets rendered in the wrong order, and we won't be able to see it. Well, I guess that's what this would be for. I'll just say front face is going to be clockwise. I don't know about this depth bias constant factor. I'm just going to leave that. And we'll see if that works without setting those options. I don't know exactly. Don't need a depth stencil. Well, maybe we do. I don't know. Target info. What is this? Okay. Okay. I need to look this up. This is the wrong function. Okay, so we need to look up GPU color target descriptions. Hey, Golden Lion. I'm just working on getting SDL3 set up right now. So we're just building out a simple rendering pipeline. I need to know what this is. Format, okay. So we want R8, G8, B8, A8, UNorm, yes. Or is there sRGB? Do we want that? I think we want this. Blend state? Just gonna leave that. Actually, I think I can just use a pointer and then The number is 1. Hopefully that's enough. Properties, what is this? This is... Okay, 0 if no extensions are needed, that's fine. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have a look at it and see if this works, eh? Okay, apparently the pipeline was created successfully. So that's good, I guess. Okay, so we got a pipeline. Now we need to draw something, which means we need a command buffer and a render target. Okay. So let's have a look at this. That's pretty easy. I like that. So I need to store the pipeline somewhere, probably on state here. So what do we got? We've got a device and a pipeline. Don't think we need to store the shaders. Is that what it's called? Probably not. It's probably called GPU graphics pipeline, yeah. No, that's not the thing. Is that what we got back? Oh, it is. Okay, and then... GPU device. Okay, so it's not called device. It was that one, wasn't it? Graphics pipeline. Okay, but it was actually a pointer. Okay. That's fine. You probably want to store these on there. Everything else is going to break. Can I rename this? Very good. And cool. So now we should have access to these, and we can write the next part of the code, which is going to be getting a command buffer, I guess. So acquire GPU command buffer. So this is going to be, I think it would be in the render loop that we'd need to grab this. Okay. So we've got frame begin, I guess we would put it here. Man, I'm really tired. I can't remember what I just looked at. Acquire GPU command buffer. There we go. Alright, so we need one of these. Pass in the device. We get back a command buffer. I'll just put an assert here for now. Okay. This is a pointer. We're going to need to do something with it. Wait and acquire GPU swap chain texture. Okay. So we're going to get a GPU texture back. I'll call it a target. SDL.GPU texture. Hang on, what's a pointer to a pointer? Do I need to initialize this from somewhere? A pointer filled in with a swap chain texture handle. Create GPU texture. Yeah, I think so. Okay. And we don't have the create info, but I'll put it here. Texture, create info. Okay, type is two-dimensional. Format R8, G8, B8, A8, unorm, I guess. What do we want this one? I need to look into these formats. Usage is... It's a color target, right? Yeah. Layer count. Depth. What is that? The depth of the texture. Okay. I guess this would be 1. What if it's 0? I'll put it 1. Number of levels. 0 for now. Sample count. Samples per texel only applies if the texture is used as a render target. Well, I am going to use it as a render target, but what does that mean? I don't know. I will set it to 1 and see what happens. Don't need props. Okay, what's the problem here? Wrong type. Yeah. Man. That's fine. We can handle the results here. So we're going to get a texture. Which is going to be our target. What's wrong with this? 1 cannot be... Okay, what is this type? GPU sample count. It's an enum. No multi-sampling. Oh, that's what this is for anti-aliasing. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just use no anti-aliasing right now. Right, of course that's what it's for. Okay. Alright, so set up our target, hopefully. Now we need to pass in, what is this? Swap chain texture width and height, which are both pointers to a uint32. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I should probably set them to values, hey. They equal Is that gonna work? I think I have to do it a different way. Okay, and this returns a boolean that has to be handled. That's fine, I'll just assert. Okay, so we waited for the texture. I need to do a cast. There we go. Okay, so we acquire the frame buffer. That's what we're going to draw into. Okay, very good. Getting closer. Now, we need to set up a render pass, which is encoded into a command buffer. Okay. So, we're going to call SDL begin GPU render pass. That's nice. I'm just going to do it all in this function, frame begin, and then just not worry about it right now. SDL.begin GPU render pass. Okay, we need to pass these things in. Command buffer. That's good, we got one of those. Color target infos. You know, didn't we make one of these up here? Color target descriptions is up here, yeah. I guess I'll use the same. GPU color target info. No, that's the wrong. Oh god. Okay, we need to set up. This is something else. What is this? Texture? Oh, I see. So it's information about where we're going to draw to. MIP level is 0 because I don't need to set that if it's 0. I'm going to set layout depth. That's fine. Clear color. What is an F color? It's okay. 4 floats. Gotcha. So set it to a sort of dark blue color. I hope the order is RGBA and not ARGB or something. But I guess that would depend on the texture maybe. Load operation, what is that? Clear, okay. Store operation, what is that? I don't know. Don't care? Don't care. Resolve texture. Okay, I need to look this up. GPU color target info, what is that? Okay. Ignored if resolve store up is not used. Okay. What is done with the contents of the color target at the beginning of the render pass? So we clear it. What is done with the results? I guess we'd want to store it, right? And then store it in here. So what's this? The texture that will be used as a color target. Oh, okay. So when we draw the color, we draw it into this texture. And then when we draw the frame, we're just going to draw it into the same texture. I think that's what that means. Okay, well I'm going to say store. And we're also going to store it in that target. Okay, cycle. True cycles the texture if the texture is bound and load up is not load. True cycles the resolve texture. Don't know what that means. Oh, interesting. The driver will do whatever it wants with the texture memory. Okay. Not recommended for multi-sample textures. This is for depth and stencil. So it looks like we want to do clear and store, because we're not doing multi-sample textures right now. So, okay, clear and store, that's good. So we got the ops. We got the ops right, we got this stuff right. The MIP level. I mean, is MIP level 0 a thing? Is resolve layer 0 a thing, or do I need to put a 1 in there? I'm just going to leave the other things, I think. That should be hopefully enough. So that's the target informations, and there's one of them. And the depth stencil target information. That's not a thing. Okay. Next step is bind the graphics pipeline, set the viewport, the vertex buffers, and the samplers if we have any, which we don't, and then call draw primitives, and then end the render pass, and then submit the commands. Okay. We could do this. So, bind the pipeline, okay. Bind GPU graphics pipeline. Don't think you need to create the target texture. The acquire swap chain texture function just puts one at the address. Oh, really? Oh, hey Josh, how you doing? So, acquire swap chain texture function, which we did here, puts one into the target. Right, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. So, are you saying if I did this? That's not, is that not what it's called? GPU texture? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, are you saying that would, you think that would work? So you don't have to create the texture and then acquire the swap chain texture? I suppose that makes sense. Oh, nice. How did the training run go? I'm keen to look at the fine tuning later, actually. I want to do some fine tuning on DeepSeek. No clue, got to validate. Okay, fair. Alright, thanks for letting me know, Adam. I will, hopefully that will work. Where is the graphics pipeline? Is it on the state? I'm getting real sleepy now. Did I just call it pipeline? I probably did, eh? Okay, so we've bound the pipeline. Got to set the viewport. Is that not the right set viewpoint, right? Okay, so we want to pass in render pass. I don't know if this is necessary, but I'll do it anyway. Right. It's funny how they all have different types. This is F32. Okay. No return type. Okay. Bind the vertex buffers. We don't have any of those right now. So we just need to draw primitives, I guess. draw GPU primitives. The number of vertices is 3, I guess. One instance. First vertex is 0, the first instance is 0. And then end render pass. Okay, is that everything? No. Submit GPU command buffer. Okay. Okay. We don't need to worry about that yet. Okay, let's just see how broken this is. See you later, Nerd. Have a good day. Alright, well, the code is apparently correct, but of course the rendering is not happening. So let's have a look in render doc. Hey, it's not, are you kidding me? It's not hooked in. Is it because I'm loading a DLL and the DLL is loading the Vulkan, the SDL stuff? Oh, that's annoying. Can I set an option somewhere here? Maybe I'll just try to build it without the DLL if that's possible. Capture child processes? Maybe that will work. No? Damn it. That's a bit annoying. So it turns out there's a lot of costs to hot reloading. I need to be able to turn it off easily. So if I go to client, we've got these exported functions. But in main, I kind of just want them to exist without the DLL. How do I do that? So I need a separate build command for putting them together. I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll think about it. I'm actually gonna make another coffee. Too tired. Wow, that's loud. Sorry. Good morning, Antonio. How are you? Okay, so RenderDoc can't attach. I think it's because the context is in the DLL. But is it? Let me check the code again. So we create the window in the main procedure here. That's in the exe. And then we initial... No, it's all actually in main. I don't know what I'm talking about. Why is it not attaching? Is there something different about SDL3? I'll just try capturing the first frame. See if that does anything. No. Update available. Well. Hello, Ethan. Am I done with the C wheel reinvention? Probably for now. There was a lot of wheel reinvention going on, and I really was enjoying it, but it wasn't really aligned with everything else that I'm doing, which is in Odin. So I decided to switch over. It was more of a practical decision. I guess I'll try the update, although it doesn't say anything about that. Okay, DXIL, that's good. Alright, I'll just try the update and see what happens. Why not? Hopefully it just works. Continue, yes. How long does it take you to do the training, Josh, on your data sets? An hour. That's not too bad. Okay. No dice. This is going to be a bit of a problem for us. If I can't use render doc, maybe I'll try a minimal program. Actually, I can probably just get rid of this client API for now and not use it at all. Don't do any of that stuff. Is this WASM? No, this is just normal hot reloading. The WASM stuff is... I can't remember where I put it. We got a really simple version working. I think I committed it and deleted the code. But yeah, I did get a version working, loading a WASM module. But the problem is you can't debug it. So when you're running the WASM code, you can't step through it in the debugger. At least, maybe there's a way, I just don't know what it is. That's a pretty big downside if I can't do that. Probably too big. So I was thinking of doing two paths. One in development mode, it builds as DLLs, and then you can step into those. And then in release mode, you would build as WASM. But then I was thinking, well, what about for tooling, like for people who want to make mods? If people want to make mods and they can't use a debugger, that's pretty painful as well, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into it a bit more. But for right now, I'm just playing around with SDL3. Well, I'm not really playing. I want to actually get it working, because it looks like a good fit for this project. It's got everything I need in just this abstraction here, the GPU abstraction, which is nice. And it supports multi-threading and multi-threaded command buffers. Well, not command buffers multi-threaded, but multiple command buffers, it says right here. Configured across multiple threads in parallel, as long as it's submitted in the correct order. So that's cool. So let's see if we init here and we go to client update and render. Okay, yeah. So we need to grab this. Just put it here for now. I don't want to return false. I want to break, I guess. Can you cross compile? Yes, you can. So actually, if you look at the build script here, I'm actually compiling to WASM from Odin. Here, there's a bunch of other targets as well. So if you, let's have a look. Target. No. Target. I probably should have just searched for something like WASM. Oh, it doesn't even come up. Anyway, there's more targets in here somewhere. I know this text is really small. I'm about to zoom in. Working on a proof of concept to do both, implement performance sensitive systems in C, shard libraries, and load it at runtime. Are you talking about, what's both referring to? Like getting debugging working in WASM? Then have some systems run via Lua/LuaJIT. Nice. That's interesting. There is sets the target, but it doesn't say what the targets are. Yeah, there's a bunch of targets, so you can cross compile. Yes. I was thinking about using Lua. I don't know if I want to though. I like it. It's a nice language. It's very slow. Okay, so this should run, right? Yeah, press escape. Escape doesn't work. Interesting. Why? That's weird. You would think that this would be all you need, but apparently not. What am I missing here? Oh, yeah, I'm breaking out of not the other loop, so I'm going to say it's a bit crude, but that should do. Okay. So, can we get RenderDoc to recognize this or not? Please work. No. Damn. Huh? What is this? Capture in progress. That sucks. Is anyone talking about this? Wow, I didn't know the GPU API was from August in 2024. Let's have a look at the issues. Hey, that looks fine. I don't know if this is SDL3. When is this? 2023? Probably not. Hello, Nasho. How you doing? Hmm. RenderDoc can inject itself into a graphics application and capture traces without requiring any integration from the application. Is there a reason something like this isn't possible with these other profiling tools? That's a good point. So, events is automatically enabled and has nothing to do with what we're doing. Are there any other window flags? Maybe? What do we got? Nothing that looks like anything we care about. We enable debug mode. Hang on, if we enable debug mode, we should be able to get some output, but there is nothing. Oh yeah, because we didn't call any of the code yet. So let's do that. We need client update and render, I guess. No, we don't. We need renderer. We called this. So we got our pipeline set up. Now we need to call frame begin and see what happens. Okay, good. We got an error. That gives us something to go off. Okay. Wait and acquire GPU swap chain texture. Returned false. What does that mean? I should probably also run it here and see if we get any messages. Just an assertion message. Okay. I wonder if there's anything in the SDL documentation about logging. No. At least not in there. I'll check the quick reference. Okay. There's a lot of stuff about logging. Okay, so we need to probably set a log function. Maybe set a priority. Okay, let's see if we can find something. Log handling. SDL get error, you think? Adam? Okay. I'll have a look at that. I just don't want to have to call that everywhere. I would rather if it would just log any problems, kind of like when you enable debug layers with DirectX or or Vulkan, and you just get the messages that tell you, hey, your attribute, whatever, says you need 4 bytes, but it only has 3, or something like that. Very handy. So I'm hoping this has something like that, but let's have a look. Right, if something went wrong. Okay, so you're totally right. We just want to use get error. Okay, fair enough. I'll do that. And give it a go. Okay, so if we have a look here, we failed at this point. So I'm just going to say if not, this returns a string. Okay, we can just print that. Print line, that's fine. Core FNT. Went AFK for a second there. Parameter window is invalid. Well, that's actually really helpful. Okay, so this is not set. Okay, Adam, you said, not sure if there's any way to turn on all error messages like that, but you do know that wait and acquire swap chain texture will report an error if it returns false. Yeah, thank you. That was actually really helpful. And it looks like we're on the right track here. So we've got to make sure that this window handle is set, which doesn't look like I set it. So yeah, that was probably why RenderDoc didn't work as well. Let's just compile this and have a look. Okay, now we got something else, which is not here. We got, okay, begin render pass failed. All right, let's have a look at that. So I think what I might do is create a function called SDL assert, and it doesn't do anything except sometimes they return nil. That's okay, we'll just take a boolean. So this would be a condition, I guess. I'll just use okay. Okay. I don't know why I'm caring about the name so much. Doesn't matter. So if not okay, SDL.get error. And that's it. I'm just gonna, I guess actually we could just panic. There we go. So now if I wrap this, this one returns a boolean, which is fine, so we can do that. Now for ones that return a pointer, like this one that's failing, I can just say render pass. I don't think I can actually, because I didn't return anything. I'll just do it here anyway. SDL assert, that's fine. Okay, let's have a look at that. To get a message, no message. Ah, okay, so it wasn't the assert that was failing, it was actually the procedure itself. Alright, let's have a look at that. So we probably have to pass in depth stencil target info, I guess. Or maybe the color target info is not correct. That's unfortunate. That instead of returning nil, it's actually failing. Can I step into it? I don't know if this, I don't think it's debug, so probably not. Yeah, well, I can look at the assembly, which I don't understand. At least not well enough to understand what's going on. So that's not really helpful for me. Alright. So, GPU begin render pass. Where is that? Oh. What? Begin, oh, okay, of course. It says it may be null. Okay, so it's not this then. Can't actually pass null, so I'm just going to pass this empty struct, which is basically the same thing. The number of color targets, an array of texture sub-resources with corresponding clear values and load store ops, and a command buffer. Okay, so let's have a look again. Does our command buffer seem like it is something? Well, we've got a handle. That's good. We've successfully got this part working. This part is failing because this is probably not incorrect. Because all we're doing is acquiring a command buffer. We don't have to set up anything. It's got to be this. It's the only option. So we didn't set a MIP level. I guess I'll set it to 1. Can MIP level be 1? I don't know. I mean 0, not 1. MIP level 0 refers to the original. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it should be 0. Okay. Unless the AI is wrong, which is possible. You would assume 0 would just be the default, but yeah. Resolve layer? We looked at this already, but I can't remember exactly what that was. This is not the thing. Where is it? Is it this one? Alright, Josh, good luck with your training. The layer index or depth plane to use as a color target. You know what? I'm gonna actually go to GitHub and just search for this. People have usually written code and just see what they put in there. Let's see. This person just puts nothing in there. What? I kind of want to see that. Oh, it's called testing stuff. I wonder if it worked. So Oh, right, no, they just did a nil, whatever you call it, instantiation. So everything is zeroed. Okay, they've got swap chain texture, clear color, load op, clear, store op, store, mip level 0, death plane 0, cycle false. That's exactly what I have. Except they don't have a store texture. They just have a texture. Maybe that's my problem. I'm in a resolve texture. If that's the case, I guess I didn't really understand it. Okay, we had another error at this point. Yep. I wish there was a bit more information. Maybe, does the target exist at this point? Target is not found. Yeah, I guess I'm in the wrong scope. Let me get back to here. Okay, we've got a handle for the target. I guess that's fine. Right? Since this passed. It could be that we didn't set this up properly somehow. And because we didn't set the swap chain up, then this is not working, but... Like, is this the right format? R8, G8, B8, A8, UNORM, sRGB. I don't remember. Do I have my stuff here? I do. No, this is not the right stuff. So there's a bunch of Vulkan code that I just deleted recently. And I may have set, well, I must have set the types. It's pretty similar. Look, load op, clear, store op, store. Samples _1. Surface format. Where is the surface format? I must have made it up here somewhere. Here. B8, G8, R8, sRGB. So I didn't use the UNORM. Yeah, I guess... Wait, what is UNORM? Unsigned, normalized colors. I guess we don't want that, right? I need to look into these. Let's have a look. Where is it? Oh, God. My brain. S8. No, AR8. So, format is in GPU color target description. So I want to know about these. I should use this to query if a format is supported before using it. Check the universal support for 32-bit components. That's a fix me. Okay. So... Okay, I wasn't going crazy. It looks like a valid thing, but I guess I'll use this. GPU texture supports format. Texture type, D2, usage, color target. Okay. Welcome back, Amelia. What's wrong with this? Cannot open file. Oh, I have it running. Okay, so we do support this format. That should be fine for color targets. Is it the layer count? Do I need to change that to 0? Nope. Apparently not. Oh, we're not even using this. I just realized. Okay, I need to look at this function. This function can fill the swap chain texture handle with null in certain cases. Swap chain texture is managed by the implementation and must not be freed by the user. You must not call this function from any thread other than the one that created the window. Yeah, okay. So I guess that's fine. That should be fine. This isn't even being used. So editing that did nothing. Oh man. Wish I could tell what the problem with this was. So it looks pretty much the same as this. Let's see what he did for the swap chain texture. Yeah, exactly the same thing. Except null for the sizes. Okay. Why? I guess I didn't need those then. That wouldn't be the problem, right? No. Nope, not the problem. Well, this is unfortunate. Cut out yesterday? Yeah, I know. I cut out and then my OBS said I reconnected and then I checked about 45 minutes later and it was not actually streaming even though OBS said I was still streaming. So I didn't realize. And I actually did a bunch of cool stuff in that 45 minutes and solved some problems. So it was a bit of a shame. I've got a feeling there's some perhaps cascading issues. Like maybe because the blend state isn't set to anything. Then when we try to begin the render pass, it doesn't work. Maybe? I don't know. Let's have a look. What does this person do with the blend state? We're looking for pipeline, create GPU graphics pipeline. Let's have a look. Can I search in here? This looks commented out. Okay, this looks potentially promising. They've got the pipeline info here. They've also set up rasterizer state, which I didn't do. I probably need to do that. No, I did do that. Yeah, I did do this. Okay. But they do have... What was the thing I'm missing? Oh yeah, in the color target description, where is that? Yeah, that's the blend state. Here's the description. Format is this, blend state is this. This is the blend state. Right. I don't think you really need this though, because if blend is disabled, it's not going to use it. Right? I'm just trying to get a really basic thing working. Whoops. Let me have a look at their examples again. I think they had examples, right? Tutorials, maybe? Was it in here? Examples, yeah. So, split a 2D array? No. I do want to see GPU examples though, not just any examples. So yeah, they're using the GPU stuff, okay. Number of color targets is 1. And oh, that's cool. You can actually just set GPU swap chain texture, get GPU swap chain texture format. Okay, I'm gonna do something like this so that it's a bit more simple, less error prone. Don't have any vertex inputs, so don't need that. And we're using triangle list, okay. I'll try this. Where was it? Target info here. I mean, it's probably going to be the same, but let's have a look. What would it be actually? It was called get GPU swap chain texture format. What's the problem here? This is not... Oh, I need to cast it. Okay. I want to see what this is. Okay, so we got TD2 back. Is it going to give me values? It's not the same. So it's B8, G8, R8, A8, U norm. Okay, that could be a problem. So it was just a yeah, just a GPU texture type or format, not a struct. So I could have just looked at this. So instead of this, I guess it would be, what did he do? Yeah, okay. So something like this. SDL dot GPU color target description Wait, why does that not work? That should be correct, right? Or is this not going to let me take the pointer? Oh, because it's a struct. I can't remember how to do this in Odin. I don't need to do it anyway. It's fine. I'll just do this. No, I won't do that, sorry. I'll do this. Okay, replace this. Why did I replace the name? Okay, we got a different format. That's good. This is still failing, but we have no idea why. Excellent. Okay. Okay, pipeline create info. There's these. Triangle list, yeah. Vertex shader, fragment shader, same. Rasterizer state. So he doesn't have that set here. Which is interesting. I wonder why. I'm pretty sure it says it below though. Let's see. Create the vertex buffer, index buffer, texture sampler. Okay. Setting up some textures. Doing some uploading, okay. Right. Okay, interesting. So the initialize doesn't have have a rasterizer in there, which is kind of odd. Rasterizer state. Maybe it's just defaults. Just need a little bit more information about this error. Will this run in RenderDoc? Now, I don't think it does, right? No. Or is it because it's a console application? So if I change this, where is it? To, what is it called? It's not target, it's subsystem Windows. Is that gonna help? No, no, it just crashed. Oh, because I've got a trap in there somewhere. Don't I? Didn't I just? Oh, did I delete it already? I must have deleted it. Okay. So it just closes at, I guess, the same point. Yeah, damn. That makes sense, actually. Of course it wouldn't work in RenderDoc if you can't even get up to the rendering stage. Alright guys, I'm getting too tired, but I have a bunch of other work to do, so I'm probably going to go do that. Just writing things. Unfortunately, we didn't get SDL3 set up today, but I'm confident that not tomorrow. Oh, actually, yeah, tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow, so I'm sure we can get it working tomorrow. Thank you for joining. and wish you all the best.